Hey, what's going on, guys? Bringing you guys the AFC North post-draft grades. I'm going to start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. In the first and second round, they decided to go offensive line with David DeCastro, the offensive guard, and in the second round, Mike Adams, the offensive tackle. This was a great move. Ben Roethlisberger has been the most sacked quarterback since 2008, so they went out and addressed the offensive line. In the third round, they drafted Sean Spence, the outside linebacker, who adds depth to an aging linebacking core. In the fourth round, they went with Alameda Teamu, the nose tackle, who could be replacing Casey Hampton here shortly. Other than that, Chris Rainey was a fifth-round running back selection who adds more depth to the position, but also there's question marks at the position because of Mendenhall. He tore his ACL last season, I believe the last game of the year, so Chris Rainey could see some time this year for the Steelers. Then they had 4 seventh-round selections, being a wide receiver, tight end, cornerback, and offensive guard. Overall, I believe this was a good draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They addressed offensive line, they addressed defense, some offense, so overall I'd give them a B+. Baltimore Ravens, they had 2 second-round selections because they traded back in the first to the second round with the Vikings. Courtney Upshaw was their first selection, who slid to the second round. He could be replacing Terrell Suggs this season because Suggs just ruptured his Achilles, and he could be coming back, though. He could be out for half the season to the entire season, not sure yet. Kelechi Osemele, the offensive guard, in the second round as well, adds more. They needed offensive line help. They need to protect Flacco, so they went with an offensive guard in the second round, and in the fourth round, being Gino Gradkowski. Third round selection was Bernard Pierce, the running back, who will be the number 2 running back behind Ray Rice. Christian Thompson was a fourth round selection at safety. They needed some secondary help as well, especially at the safety position. Next side, Ed Reed. Other than that, 5th and 6th and 7th round was a cornerback, wide receiver, defensive tackle. Overall, it was an alright draft. I'd give them a B. Bengals, they went with Drake Kirkpatrick in the first round, cornerback. Kirkpatrick was the third cornerback taken off the board. I believe they did need cornerback help, so that was a great selection on their part. I did have Kirkpatrick all offseason going to the Bengals. And then Kevin Zeitler, the offensive guard out of Wisconsin. They're protecting Andy Dalton with that pick, protecting their second-round investment in last year, so that was a great pick as well. Devon Still, defensive tackle, went in the second round. Brandon Thompson, defensive tackle, went in the third round, so they got 2 big defensive tackles there in the second and third round. Then they got Mohamed Sanu in the third round as well. A wide receiver who will is just an additional weapon for Andy Dalton. So notice, they went with Zeitler to protect him. They gave him another weapon in Mohamed Sanu. They knew what they were doing when they were drafting this year. Orson Charles, tight end in the fourth round, another weapon. Now he's going to be next side Jermaine Gresham. So they're going to have a 2 tight end set there. They have 2 big wide receivers. They're set. What about running back? They brought in Ben Jarvis Green-Ellis from free agency, but they also had a 6th round selection in Dan Herron, the running back. So overall, they built that offense pretty solid through this draft. I like how they drafted. I'd give them a B+. Browns, they went with Trent Richardson. Some question that trade they had with the Vikings to trade up 1 spot and give away 3 picks, but overall they wanted to secure their guy in Trent Richardson. He very well could be the face of that franchise now. So, I mean, in the first round they also went with Brandon Weeden. Weeden or Colt McCoy are going to start, not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Weeden did start the first week of the season. Mitchell Schwartz, whoever is going to be starting, Mitchell Schwartz will be protecting him. He'll be the right tackle on the team. John Hughes, the defensive tackle, went in the third round. Travis Benjamin, the wide receiver, in the fourth round was interesting as well. I thought they could pull the trigger on a wide receiver early as the first round. They went with a 4th round wide receiver. He could be the 3rd or 4th wide receiver on the roster behind Greg Little, Josh Cribbs, and Muhammad Massaquoi. Other than that, they also, they had additional picks. They went with a couple inside linebackers, offensive guard in the 5th round, defensive tackle, cornerback, and tight end. Overall, I thought it was a fairly solid draft. It wasn't the best, so I'd give them a B as well. Nobody got higher than an A-, nobody got lower than a B-, so it was all, compact in there. I thought this division all 4 teams had good drafts. So, if you guys are new to the channel, I appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. That's all I got for the AFC North. I should be bringing you guys the AFC East here shortly. I'm out.